Let's can up some roasts. This has been a favorite of mine since I was a kid. My mom has always had canned beef in her pantry, and it's such a comfort food for me. And there's so many different ways to do it, but here's one of them. So I just diced up some garlic and a few onions, and I'm just going to set that aside. And then we just got a cow back from butcher, so I always ask them to make me canning meat, which generally means like just chunked up beef that's like 2 to 3 inches by 2 to 3 inches. And the seasonings that I'm using today is thyme, rosemary, sage, salt, and pepper. Easy peasy. You could dress it up more if you wanted to, but that's just what we're using today. Now, normally the butcher, I said like this size that he does, but we have a new butcher right now and he's still learning, which is fine. He's amazing, but these were not what I normally get. So these are kind of more just like steaks, I think. I'm not really sure, but it's okay. It'll still work. You can can up any meat like this. You could do steaks, chunked up roasts. It doesn't matter, but this was just a little bit different shape than I normally get, but it's okay. It does not matter. Now, canned beef like this, it really does just taste like a pot roast cooked all day. It's delicious. I usually, when I'm going to serve it, I will make it into a gravy and we put it over mashed potatoes or rice or anything like that. Now, having said that, another way to prepare this would be to make like a stroganoff, and that way too is really delicious. So I put a spoonful of beef tallow into my pan and then put the beef in, seasoned it up, and I'm just browning the outside. So just like that. This part is optional. I have canned so much beef without doing the browning, but the browning really does add a whole depth of flavor that is really nice, but not necessary. Now that the meat is browned, not cooked, just browned, I'm going to go ahead and get my jars ready. Now these jars are already nice and hot, and I'm just putting a little, like that much, garlic into each jar, and then about 1/4 of a cup to 1/3 of a cup of onions. And now we're going to pack these jars really tight. These are quart jars, and that is because we have a big family. If you had a smaller family, you could do this in pints or just not fill the jar as full and put more broth inside. Now, adding broth is also optional because the meat will add its own juices. I will say it's optional in my opinion. That might be a rebel canning method, but it's how we've done it my whole life, so there's that. Now, if you want to add some broth to the jars, I just put some water in the pot, cooked it a little bit, and then that'll be the juice that I add to my jars. Once the jars are filled, I'm going to go ahead and wipe the rims and put the lids on. I'm going to use Denali canning lids. If you use coupon code Amy Sherman, they will give you a 10% discount. And these will go into the pressure canner for 90 minutes. 75 minutes for quarts. Here's what the jars look like all done. And here's what it looks like in a meal. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next time.